101 The Beat, Nashville's home for hip-hop and R&B. It's Monty Mills, and I am super excited right now because I have none other than the actor, creator, writer, producer, comedian, Lil Rel.
What up?
What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here in Nashville.
Okay, yes, and we're excited to have you here. Now, you kicked off your first show last night at Zany's. Tell me, how are you liking this Nashville energy?
This is one of my favorite cities to perform in. Nashville always had like a Midwest feel to me. I'm from Chicago, so last night was fun. I think tonight's gonna be even better, and tomorrow's gonna be even better. It's just fun being on this tour and getting ready for this next special.
Right. So again, as he stated, tonight and tomorrow. If you ain't catch it last night, you got 2 more shots. Okay, so I know, I don't know if you've seen, the memes and stuff about January being the longest month ever. Hasn't it felt like a long January to you?
Not to me, actually.
Not to you?
No, it's been actually moved way faster than I thought it would. Which is, if you're doing back-to-back stuff, like I went on vacation before, for the holiday. I went to Maui.
Oh,
by
nice.
myself.
By yourself? What? How was that?
That was one of the best trips I've ever taken.
Okay.
So when I came back into the new year, I was very focused and man, it's been a crazy month. Like I was at Sundance, and Brittany runs a marathon. I had a movie there that just got bought by Amazon Studios.
Okay.
And that's gonna come out late in the summer. And then they announced that another movie, Bad Trip, I did with Eric Andre, comes out October 25th. So it's like I've just been preparing for everything that's been about to happen. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you took a trip to Maui by yourself.
Myself.
I know that was relaxing, but what did you do?
What's funny? The weirdest thing I did was just sit on the beach and just let the waves just hit me. It's like me and a bunch of kids just sitting on and just letting the waves slap us for hours at a time. But that's what I did. Honestly, I went and I had so much fun. It didn't even feel like I was alone. And I've never done nothing like that before.
Okay.
I didn't feel like forcing like some fake relationship.
Right, just to go out of town.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just like, you want to come with me? Then y'all don't really like each other. I didn't want to do that this time.
I understand. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed your vacation. I'm going to have to do something like that soon since you say it's relaxing.
I'm telling you, it was great.
No, we're seeing so much growth in your career. You just mentioned a couple of things that you're working on. Let's rewind a little bit and talk about the movie Get Out.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What did you think about the original script when you saw it?
It was great. I mean, Jordan Peele is brilliant. And it was funny, and I want to shout him out. Like, he told me after he saw the first cut, he had called me and was like, "Well, hey man, you about to be the man, so know what your price is. Ask for whatever you want." I'm like, all right, bro. And then the movie just became this thing, and it still blows my mind because it's still such a really good film.
Yeah, definitely.
To see all the other things he's about to do, Jordan is so brilliant, and I'm just thankful I was able to be in this really good movie.
And it was so good. Like, I loved your role in the movie. I love the fact that they added that comedy aspect to it. What did you think about that? Because it was so serious in a way.
Well,
but
that's what I loved about it.
Right.
It wasn't silly.
Exactly.
I think, which is so far everything I've done, I've made sure it's not silly. I just can't stand silly comedy movies, and when comics are forced to just be silly. I like when the situations force real in it that makes it funny.
Right.
So with Get Out, it was so crazy and intense. Just having somebody be the audience is funny. He's talking like the people watching, like, "No, bro, that's what's happening." Like, you know what I mean? So I just think that's really smart. Even with with Bird Box, I was able to be funny in that without forcing it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you want to go to the grocery store? Like, no.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything was always just real.
Very real.
Very real.
And very believable. And
And
it seems like it fits you as a person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as good as the movie Get Out was, have you received any backlash, or maybe have you been out and has anybody, said anything negative about the film?
Nah, not Get Out.
Well, that's good.
That's very interesting. Get Out was just because you got to think about it too. Like, even if white people want to say something, they weren't comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that was great. Like, you ain't gonna not tell us it wasn't.
Right.
No, it was. I've always only heard positive things about Get Out.
But that's good. That's good. I wondered. I've never heard anything negative about the film either. But you of course,
I thought that was interesting because you're right. I haven't. I thought that was crazy because most stuff you do, you're gonna hear something, but with that, I didn't hear anything.
And the movie theaters was like packed out, all different races. So that was good. That was good, and it was good to have that conversation.
It was a great conversation start at the end. Like, you have. I went to see it about 16 times with my friends because I had different groups of friends that kept asking me, but the conversations we would have afterwards were always really fun.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Now, you already brought up Bird Box, which so we definitely have to talk about that. Now, I didn't originally watch it. I saw so much of the memes and people talking about it. Tell me about the experience with that role, because it did seem a little different for you, though.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest difference with playing Charlie, he's kind of introverted, he's more insecure, more to himself, kind of more weirder than what I'm usually in, so I really took that on, and I had to literally take time off from my family and stuff to get back to myself, because I had to believe what I was talking about. So it almost I'm gonna take other roles like that, hopefully, because it was kind of fun to kind of turn it to somebody else, but then you got to figure out a way to get back to yourself, or you go crazy or whatever. Yeah. But I think people are gonna keep seeing it, all the stuff I'm taking. Everything's different. You're not gonna be able to put me in a box. You don't know what I'm gonna do next and what. And Bird Box was just dope. I like the ensemble cast. I mean, me and John Malkovich became friends.
Oh, cool!
Which I thought was that was so random too. Because he loves basketball, and we ended up talking to the hair and makeup trailer. And then every day, that's what we talked about.
Okay. And when you say you were away, you had to be away from your family, for how long?
I mean, I remember telling my assistant that, and it was towards the end of shooting, that I didn't want to talk to my kids because I started acting like Charlie. So I was going out, I was being weird, I wouldn't talk to nobody, and I had to do that if I wanted to deliver those lines where it felt realistic. And it's so crazy because I'm such a, film and TV nerd. So it's I can't wait till I get a role. I'm just crazy in it, and but you have to learn to get out of it, and watch it. What's funny, watching Jim Carrey's documentary on Netflix when he did the Andy Kaufman joint helped me figure out a way. Oh, this is how you get out of it. This is how you get back to yourself.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And so, with the messages and stuff that I've seen, where people were kind of depicting the movie their own way. Was there a particular message behind Bird Box, or was it meant to be where we just kind of paint our own picture?
Well, it's Get Out in a way, right? Where I enjoy people coming up with their own whatever. And I think it's a lot of hidden messages in the movie in Bird Box, but I like when people figure out what they think that message is. With me, I thought Blind Faith was a big message for me.
But not when people out here doing the challenges and
not
stuff.
Not even a challenge. Well, that's just people being stupid.
Yeah, that's
what
I'm saying.
I don't get that. I never understand. That's the only thing that threw all of us off. Was that's why Netflix had to come out with a written statement hey man, we don't condone none of this. Stop it. Stop doing that. Why would you blindfold yourself and drive?
I don't understand it either.
It don't make you grown. Now you know it's a movie, right?
Oh my goodness, people would do anything, especially nowadays on social media, so whatever, we'll leave that there. Let's talk about your show Rel. It's in its first season, and like you said, the episodes seem really personal, as an actor, and just with your writing, you seem like you always want to at least deliver some type of message, something that we can relate to. Tell us about the show, and maybe what was the motivation behind creating this?
Well, the motivation was based off my life, based off my stand-up material, and as a comedian's dream is to have your own sitcom. Well, that was mine. Okay. And named after me, and I was able to do episodes that was the mom episode was one of the most important episodes ever. I knew I was gonna do that episode before I even had the show. That I was gonna do dedicated, because I knew a lot of people who've traumatically been through deaths and stuff like that, and didn't know that maybe they should talk to somebody, or maybe you should so it was very fun and very beautiful to do the episode dedicated to my mom. Definitely. I mean, I knew when she passed in 2009 that I was gonna get something that I was gonna be able to dedicate to her, and then have my son play the little version of me, and that's probably the most I've ever cried on any set. But it's real. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and I'm sure that have you received any feedback from fans?
Oh my God,
that you've helped them through it?
So many people hit me up with that, and I thought that made me happy about me not being afraid of just doing healing episodes. I know it's cool to just be funny, but I don't like doing anything that my brand is attached to, or that I'm writing that doesn't have heart in it, a message, and you laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's always been. I'm like, I always say I'm doing like the comedy version of This Is Us.
This Is Us is really serious. I cry every episode.
And I think if you make a show like that, like where it's funny, and I think that's my format now. I really believe that I figured out what my style of writing is as far as television goes. It's always gonna have heart in it. It's always gonna have a message, and it's always gonna be funny.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And we'll always respect that from you. Now, I love to see people succeed. I love that you are challenging yourself. You're pushing your way to the top. What are some things that you've had to maybe change about yourself? Or what are some things that you had to do to stay focused and to keep that success,
That's a great question. I mean, like, there's a lot of people now be like, oh my God, Rel, you look great. You know, you're in shape. Like, first of all, I got to shape.
I see. You do look good.
And, you know, I work out 3 times a day. I stopped drinking.
Okay.
And look, everybody do whatever they want to. It's just stuff I wanted to do because I wanted to be prepared for whatever the next level is. And it's so many things lined up. And, you know, when you're a writer, producer, you're doing all this stuff. I just wanted to be laser focused. And, you know, a lot of people, because they're like, oh, why you stop drinking? Like, because that's what I wanted to do. Right. And I've been happy about it since then because I've spent more time doing more stuff than just kicking it. You know, and I'm about to be 40. I'm like, yo, I want to live this next half as grown as I can be. So, but that was a big change for me, was that, and eating better and working out. And honestly, it feels like 2019 has been doper because of that. It's so weird when you make these lifestyle changes,
right?
And just to be honest, and it's always fun to see even more doors that, you know, that God opened up for you,
right? Because
it'd be stuff I believe, like, you know, it'd be like, yo, I want you to slow down, because this business, man, it's a lot. And everything is accessible. It's like, it's free now. Like, oh, here you go. You can have all this. You can have this. But I've always went back to my roots of being from Chicago. And I did this because this is my dream. And I don't want to mess it up. And I want to experience every part of it. I don't want to be like so lit that I don't even remember what happened at an Oscars after party or whatever the case may be. I want to be able to experience everything. And it's been one of the best things I've done. And then I didn't realize how many other people live that lifestyle till you're around them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I ain't name dropping, but like being around like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Miss Tina, who's so dope, Beyonce's mom, has been really nice to me. So I get a chance to be around all these great people, and I'm seeing them do things for longevity reasons. If it's changing their diet, it's what, like, because sometimes we don't know. Only thing we know about is the lit people, right? Which is why, you know, I pray for a lot of these young rappers, because I feel like they're just living too fast. You know, like, they all look old and high all the time. I was just
saying the same thing. I'm like, some people 21, 22 look older than me.
It's
I'm
scary
like, what's
to me.
going on?
They
I agree.
Look high and old. Which is why, like, you see some of them like retiring early. Like, I need to, like, because you're confused. You're doing all this stuff. You're not even, you know, you can't even experience what you're doing. So it's hopefully and I'm gonna talk more about it probably as this year go on in interviews. I hope my lifestyle change influences somebody else to maybe do some things different. I'm not saying you can't kick it, 'cause everybody different, but be okay with taking away some things. If you like, we don't have to keep doing the same thing all throughout our life.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy for me to still be like, I'm gonna kick it the same way, 25 all the way till 70.
Right.
That don't make sense.
Right. Something's got to change.
Something's got to change. And then I started going to this day where it's like, all right, I want a real relationship, so I changed that. Like, I stopped just being a hot body. You know what I mean? So, because I'm like, I want to meet a dope woman, so I can't keep saying I want to meet somebody dope, but then I'm gonna still do, you know, whole stuff.
Yeah. You got to make some changes there. I love it. I love it so much. And speaking on what you said as far as hoping that it influence others, I definitely think that it will. You know, especially as you continue using your platform, and we seeing you, continue to grow and continue to talk about it and being that figure that we all need to see. So I definitely salute you for that and making those, those adjustments.
People shouldn't be scared of. Be yourself. Don't I don't think you should let this business make you something else you're not. You know, look, I'm a nerd. I like to read. I love sports. I love God. And, I love being a dad. So it's just all those good things. It's okay. And I'm okay with that now. I think it was a time where I wasn't sure if that was cool. You know what I mean? But then you don't know what the cool is. You create the cool.
You create it. Exactly. You create the wave. So is that the advice that you would give to, someone maybe up and coming, aspiring
be yourself. Don't try to be whatever you think is hot out here. create whatever show or movie you think you should be in. If you think you're not being casted on stuff, then write it. You write it. Write what you think you should be in.
I definitely feel that. Well, again, tonight you'll be at Zany's.
Yes.
Tonight and tomorrow. So I encourage you to come out and see stand-up. How long have you been doing stand-up, actually?
I see. It's almost 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long. I started.
You've been putting in a lot of work.
And it doesn't feel like it, too, because I started like 19, 20, and every year has been progressive. It's never been like a stagnant year. Like literally every year of my career has been like next level.
Leveling up.
So it's been a really fun ride. And I'm just, look, man, I'm being straight up. I'm so insanely grateful for being able to do something that little kid me wasn't sure if I could pull off. And, it could be the Maui trip, but I just became just way more grateful for everything.
Yeah.
And once you understand that it's so many people who's attempted to do this and they didn't get to where you at. You just learn to be like, yo, this is just really dope, and which is why I love going on the stage. Like I love making people laugh. I love making their days better. And once I figured out that was my purpose, to put smiles on people's faces or create content that let them have a conversation with their family or within themselves about whatever they want to change and do. It's made my life happier. Like I know my purpose.
Well, that is awesome. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. I thank you so much for stopping
thank you for
by.
having me.
Yes, of course. Let us know how we can keep up. I know you have a lot going on this upcoming year and just in the future to come. So how can we keep up with you and everything you have going on?
Follow me on social media at comedian Lil Rel. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Lil Rel Ford. And I don't know. I've been having so much fun, and that's another thing. Once again, it's been a great year so far. Like my publicist has been telling me, like, you look great in interviews now. Your energy's different. I'm just happy. I'm in a really happy place, and sometimes you're almost scared to say that. You're scared to tell people you're happy. Exactly. As soon as I say that, it's gonna be something crazy. But I've been in a happy place. The only tough thing that's happened is I lost. The co-creator of Rel, my friend Kevin Barnett. But other than that, which is life too, but which is why you want to make sure that you leave the right influence on this planet. And I don't know, I've been in a good place, and I'm happy to be in Nashville. And man, last night was fun. I feel like this is going to be a great weekend. So if you need to laugh this weekend, come see me at Zany's.
Definitely. Have you tried the hot chicken yet?
What is the hot chicken? People keep talking about it.
Look, I just
chicken's
moved
supposed to
to
be hot,
Nashville
right?
too. Well, but it's Nashville hot.
What's the difference? Is it spicy?
It's spicy. It's levels to it.
Oh, okay. Because everybody keeps saying hot chicken, but it's supposed to be hot, right?
Yeah, that's, but like I said, I just moved here, and that's all they was talking about for me. So there's a place, Hattie B's.
Have you had it?
I've had Hattie B's, and then there's a Princess Chicken. I haven't had that one yet, so you might try that one before me. But it's good though.
Today, Hattie B's.
Yeah, right down the street, so you can stop on by when you leave here, baby.
It's too early for hot chicken, ain't it?
Oh yeah, it is. You're right. Look, I be up so early that I can't even tell what time of day it is sometimes, honestly. All right, well, thank you so much, Lil Rel, for stopping by, and I wish you so much more success and happiness in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.